In a dramatic turn of events that continues to keep South Africa's political and judicial landscape on edge, the Pretoria High Court has extended the bail of Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema, setting January 26, 2026 as the date for his pre-sentence report. The case, which has already gripped the nation with its combination of political intrigue and legal consequences, now moves into a decisive phase that could determine not only Malema's personal future but also the trajectory of his party ahead of the next national elections. The courtroom was packed to capacity, with journalists, political commentators, and loyal EFF supporters dressed in their signature red regalia filling the gallery. Outside, throngs of demonstrators gathered, some chanting defiantly in support of Malema, while others called for justice to be served without political interference. The atmosphere was tense, a reflection of the deep divisions the trial has unearthed in South Africa's body politic. Judge Makabila, in extending Malema's bail, emphasized the importance of adhering to due process while also recognizing the gravity of the charges that have brought the EFF leader before the courts. The decision to schedule a pre-sentence report for late January next year underscores the seriousness of the matter, as this process will assess Malema's personal circumstances, background, and prospects for rehabilitation, factors that could heavily influence the ultimate sentence. For Malema, this delay is both a relief and a burden. On one hand, it grants him temporary freedom and the ability to continue mobilizing his party base in what is expected to be a high-stakes election year. On the other, it prolongs the uncertainty hanging over his political career, with the looming possibility of a custodial sentence threatening to derail his ambitions. The EFF wasted no time in responding to the court's decision. In a fiery statement delivered outside the courthouse, EFF spokesperson Sinawo Tambo declared, "This trial is nothing but a political witch hunt designed to silence a revolutionary voice." The extension of the bail and the setting of a pre-sentence date are clear signs that the establishment fears the power of Julius Malema and the millions who stand with him. "We will not retreat, we will not surrender." Legal experts, however, caution against reducing the case to mere politics. Advocate Thandi Makona, a criminal law specialist, explained that the pre-sentence report is a routine but vital step in the sentencing phase of any trial. The court must balance the interests of justice, the severity of the offense, and the personal circumstances of the accused. Malema's influence as a national leader cannot be ignored, but it also cannot shield him from accountability under the law, Makona noted. The implications of the January date extend far beyond the courtroom. With the African National Congress, ANC, still reeling from internal divisions and opposition parties jostling for influence, Malema's fate could alter the balance of political power. Should he face a harsh sentence, the EFF may be plunged into a leadership crisis, potentially weakening its standing among voters. On the other hand, if he avoids prison, Malema could leverage the ordeal to portray himself as a victim of state persecution, thereby energizing his supporters and possibly gaining sympathy from undecided voters. Ordinary South Africans, meanwhile, remain divided. In townships and rural communities where Malema's fiery rhetoric about land reform, economic justice, and anti-corruption resonates deeply, the court's decision is seen as another attempt by the establishment to suppress the people's champion. In other quarters, particularly among business leaders and more conservative citizens, there is frustration that Malema has been allowed to evade justice for so long, with some calling for the maximum penalty to be imposed to uphold the rule of law. As the calendar ticks closer to January 26, 2026, the nation braces for a momentous day. The pre-sentence report hearing is expected to draw massive attention, with security around the court likely to be heightened given the high-profile nature of the case. For Julius Malema, it represents the latest chapter in a career defined by controversy, defiance, and resilience. Whether this chapter ends with political martyrdom, renewed momentum, or a crushing legal defeat remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the EFF leader's journey through the justice system will shape not only his destiny but also the contours of South Africa's democracy in the years to come.